Tonight, a closer look at a re-emerging threat facing Texas ranchers and potentially the state's food supply. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm Jennifer Sanders.
And I'm Daniel Marin. We're talking about the New World screwworm, thought to be eradicated in the 1960s in North America until now, when it was reported to be in Mexico and moving northward.
It infests and feeds off warm-blooded animals, including wildlife, pets, cattle, and in rare cases, humans. Capitol correspondent Dylan McKim explains how the cattle industry is preparing.
It's not a great time for cattle in the U.S. Herd numbers are the lowest they've ever been in 75 years.
That cow right there.
Kenny Landgraf owns and operates Landgraf Ranch in Central Texas.
We produce everything from F1 all the way up to a full-blood Wagyu.
A low supply of cattle equals a high price per head, and an old threat from the south is approaching: the New World screwworm.
Concern would be probably the better word. I'm not worried.
The United States is no stranger to the screwworm. The country mostly eradicated it back in the 60s, but an outbreak in Texas in 1976 infested more than 1.4 million cattle and cost producers $132 million to fight the pest. The Texas and Southwestern Cattle Raisers Association says the reemergence of the screwworm with an already low inventory of cattle is a perfect storm.
Not only impacting the cattle industry, but this will have feelers and have effect throughout kind of our economic landscape in Texas and the U.S.
The U.S. already suspended cattle imports from Mexico, creating even higher prices on cattle. You may see the effects in the grocery store.
High prices.
The U.S. Department of Agriculture launched a site in South Texas to disperse sterile flies, a technique to stop the spread of the pest. Governor Greg Abbott directed the Texas Animal Health Commission and Parks and Wildlife to establish a response team to prevent the screwworm from spreading.
Kind of like cow candy on there. So.
Landgraf is taking his own precautions with fly prevention, letting his cows lick this sticky substance containing something called IGR,
which helps on the fly prevention.
He compares the situation to when egg prices skyrocketed, except in this situation, it won't be easy for people to find a new supply of meat.
You can't get a cattle coop, to put in your backyard.
In Red Rock, Texas, I'm Dylan McKim.
And Texas Senator John Cornyn introduced legislation to create the country's first sterile fly production facility. Experts say it would cost somewhere around $300 million. Right now, there are only 2 facilities that can produce the sterile flies needed to fight this worm. One of them is in Mexico and the other one is in Panama.